bill. I haven't got a bill here.
So what's the address for the fans?
Did you not have a bill?
Can you tell the fans do you have the address if they want to give you the pictures of yourself, or if they want to write you a letter, where do they write you?
It's William Haynes, Oregon State Hospital, Butterfly Unit number 1. Butterfly Unit 1.
Okay.
2600 Center Street Northeast, just an E. Center Street Northeast, Salem, Oregon, 97301.
Perfect. I got that written down now. And what do you want them to, do you want like magazine pictures so people will believe? Because you were saying that some of the people don't even believe it's you, right?
Well, it's more for that for me. I'll be honest with you. I've been so down the last almost 2 years. I don't even know if it's me.
Right. Yeah.
Don't think I'm going crazy. But I kind of want to see for both. They're inquiring it. Plus, I kind of want to see if it's me too.
Yeah.
Just joking. It's just I'm really hurt by Sid Vicious and those guys dying, and I didn't know it. Vicious I knew about. Sid Vicious.
You didn't know about Colonel De Beers.
No. Colonel was here in Portland, and he had a run with Jimmy Snooker in the AWA. I remember that.
Yeah.
I know he had cancer or something. We all got to go, don't we?
Yeah. How's your health holding up overall?
Surprisingly good. I've been lifting weights here for the past 4 months. And I got my arms pumped back to about probably 18, 19. Forearms are good. But I'm using light weight because I had an aortic aneurysm in my heart. And I had knee surgery. That's what could kill me. That's why I decided to get off my ass and say, fight this thing. I'm not going to go to my grave as I was portrayed the dark side of the ring, and the thing with my wife and their family that just stole over probably $700,000 from her and a little bit from me. So I'm just defending honor. And I knew her son was a power lifter for.
What exactly was wrong with what was wrong with your wife, anyways? What exactly was wrong with her?
She was fine up until her son was murdered. That's another thing I was trying to prove, but I couldn't go to the methadone clinic, so I had to stay home. So I was jonesing so bad for opiates that I started the mistake of smoking. I didn't shoot it, but I smoked heroin, and it got rid of all the pain. I didn't have to leave my wife alone. She did not have dementia. She didn't have anything at this time. When her son died, she just went down very fast. It was her only blood son, and he got whacked. I know he did. But the sad part is, 2 weeks later, they sent a urn where you couldn't put a mouse in with his ashes in it, and there was no funeral. She wanted to have a nice big funeral for him, and they just cremated him on purpose.
Oh, that's your hamster, right?
Yeah, no, not the hamster. That was her son.
Oh.
And then a month later, her dog was poisoned, and we know they did it. And the guinea pig was suffocated when we came back from dinner. And that was it. I mean, it was just brutal from there.
Because I remember the last time you talked to me before everything happened, you were telling me about the guinea pig. What were you trying to call me about that day? Because you were calling me the day that happened. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I was gonna. Was it the day of my wife was murdered?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I was going to tell you everything. I was in the mood to tell you everything at that time. And I told you yesterday, that's not your fault, Hannibal. It's mine. It's my bad. I could have called you back.
Yeah.
Um,
And you had told
but I
Dark
was,
Side of the Ring too, right? That you wanted me to be on there, but they refused to have me on for some reason. But they had that other
oh,
kid.
well, absolutely, yeah. But I didn't give him anything. You saw that yourself.
Yeah.
When I told Carissa that I wasn't going to give them anything, and they paid me $4,000 to be on that thing. And but they weren't going to have you, and I knew you and me are tight, man. And so I just did it basically for the money. So maybe they slapped me in the face on because of that. I don't know, but I wanted you in on everything.
What
And
was
when that didn't
your
happen, I just went ahead and took the money
what was your
and
main
gave
problem with
him
it?
nothing.
The son of that friend of yours, that was your main problem with it, right? The guy that was saying, which was not true, right? That you were what was your friend's name again? I don't know why I'm forgetting his name.
He's talking about Carissa.
No, the you said there were the son that was on there. You know your friend from Oregon that died. The son was accusing you of only hanging around the house because he was there, right?
Oh, he's talking about Todd, her son.
Todd was your wife's son, but
Yeah, the only blood son. She adopted the one that's the daughter from hell. She adopted, and they're the ones that stole her home, everything. They tried to put the heat on me, and I was just going to go to my grave with it. So I said, no, fuck it, man. I got all the evidence to prove different. They have no forensics on me, by the way. There's none. There's no gun residue, no gunpowder on me, and they know it. They were just going to let me go to my grave as a killer of my wife. But now I've decided to fight. You'll find out. I'm going to be getting off. But they're all working together. I don't know who this guy is. Um, you're talking about Hannibal. Don't.
the wrestler in Oregon that died like about a year ago. He was also in. You got him his WWE bookings, and the son was on Dark Side of the Ring.
Larry Oliver, Rip Oliver.
Rip Oliver, yeah. There we
Yeah,
go.
Larry Oliver is his son.
Okay, and
And
you don't agree with
now,
what he
one of the
said.
most I don't know why he did that because at the funeral, Brian Blair and I got up and spoke on Rip's behalf, and so did Richie Santana. And it was just great to come there to the funeral. And then his two sons got up to speak, and they started crying. So I came in, put my arm around him, and took over the mic. They called in. Brian was next after me. But I don't know why they did that. I don't know if I just don't understand it. I spent $10,000 down there in dope and everything else. Um, but I don't need it no more, man. I'm done. So my mind is clear. And I said, what am I doing? I'm going to my grave like this? Are you out of your mind? Pardon the pun.
Yeah, you're saying when you were looking after Rip Oliver, that's when you spent the 10,000 because you had your own money back then, right?
Yeah, I had half of my own money. My wife sent me $10,000 too, and I paid her back
Right.
100% of it. I was still getting a little money from the lawsuit. Every person I got on the lawsuit, I was paid a couple grand, from the attorney. But
Oh, for
if
the
I wish that
concussions
lawsuit never
lawsuit.
would. Yeah, yeah. This phone, buddy, is so fucked up. Uh, I wish I could hear you. You talk, and all of a sudden your voice goes away, and then you talk, and you resume talking.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
Well,
have to use that payphone.
yeah. Well, we can talk again on the weekend, and as you said, you want to get some stuff off your chest.
Oh
You're
God, yeah, yeah, I do. Um, I just I used to hit those Vicodin by the 5 gallon buckets. I mean, sell some and take them.
right.
A lot of the wrestlers have overdosed on, You know that.
Yeah.
Part of the business is not just his fault. It's not Ted Turner's fault. It's nobody's fault but our own.
What did you think
I
of?
was
Did you hear that WWE put Lex Luger in the Hall of Fame this year, even with
oh
everything
no,
that
I didn't
happened
know
with
that.
Elizabeth? What did you think about those accusations with him and Elizabeth? Because I know you knew both of them.
I don't know. Randy wanted me to pound the shit out of Luger, and pay me for it. You don't have to pay me, but he insisted. Yes, Randy and I were real tight, man. And so I was gonna go ahead and just call him out. I wasn't gonna sucker punch him or nothing. We was gonna have a fair fight. And I see him coming in a wheelchair, and he had already had his stroke. This was in 2009. I think it was May of 2009, something like that. That I went down there, and that was going to be the super shoot. But I was working for the DNC at that time, the Democratic National Committee. So it was my job to ruin his political career and Linda's political career. That's the one thing I want to talk to you about. This stuff goes real heavy, Hannibal, real heavy. And I might get solo with this. I really might. But I gotta take care of my kid, my grandson, my grandkids I've never seen. I want to see them before I die. See,
How
I'm
many
just I'm real
grandkids do you
nervous right
have?
now. I have one son, and the other one died. He wasn't my blood son, but I raised him, and he died in 2018, 2 days before your birthday, October 14th. And then I had my son was born May 2nd, 1972, 2 years before J. Edgar Hoover died. And the same day of all days that Osama bin Laden was executed in 2011 over there. So they say, never showed his body anywhere, just that he was executed. But I've got so much to talk about, and my mind is clear now, see.
Yeah.
But
Do you
I gotta
know?
protect my kid.
Do you know the fighter Shale Sonnen from Oregon? Do you remember him?
Who's that once again?
Shale Sonnen from Oregon, UFC fighter.
Shel Sonnen, he's with UFC.
Yeah, apparently he tried to get you bailed out when you were first put in jail. He commented on one of my videos that he tried to get you bailed out, but he
Well,
they wouldn't let you.
see, that's what I'm saying. If I get bail, at the time that I was going to get bail, I'm glad I didn't because I would have still been sick and wanted the opiates. Now I'm fine. I even started smoking cigarettes. I had never smoked in my life. I started smoking for about 3 years, starting at Rip Oliver's because of her family. It was so stressful. I don't know how she took it by herself down there. It was bad.
Right.
But yeah, I think Joe Fana would bail me out no matter what the amount was. I was on his podcast. That was 2019, I think, or 18.
Oh yeah, his podcast is huge now.
What would be great? I want to see if he might be interested in if I get out, representing me and come with me. Because I can get on through Kill Sign. I can get on Joe Rogan's podcast. I can get on a lot of these podcasts from UFC. Dana White, I got contacts with all the UFC fighters. And I know you didn't know that, but I always have. So Randy Couture, uh, so
Wow.
a lot of the world champions, Chuck Liddell. So we could, if you want, then I'd rather if you represent me than anybody else, we'll figure out if there's any money to be made. We just split it.
Yeah.
You and me,
Well,
I'm
I'm
sure
far
that's
from a
what you do,
lawyer.
my son.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm a lawyer though,
Yeah.
and but buddy, I can't tell you how good just talk to you.